Heal Squad, welcome to another day of encouragement. Listen, I just wanted to let you know that the life you want is possible. Many of us, I think I shared this story in a previous video, but I remember being a young girl. I had to be 11 or 12 years old, and I was going in the house. I lived in military housing, and I was going into my building. If you know, in military housing in Germany, we had these buildings, like apartments, okay? And there was a man, Mr. Hildreth was his name. And he was pushing his youngest daughter. And I remember walking in the middle because there's a playground right there to get to the building. And he said, "You need to get your head out of the clouds." And I remember going and telling my mom that, and he said, she was like, "Why would he tell a little girl that?" And I said, I don't know. Because it was just spontaneous and it was random. And, I probably just spoke to him and that was his response to me. And I'll never forget that. Many of us, our dreams have been thwarted, or we shared our dream with the wrong person and they discouraged us. But I want you to know that the life you want is possible. And I want to encourage you not to give up. I want to encourage you to go back and start dreaming again about your life. And I want you not just to dream, but to begin to put action to it. What is it that you want? What is it that you see? But also begin to do. Because many of us, you may have a very great imagination, and the life you are living is not the life that you dream of. The life you are living may even not be the life you were called or created to have. Many of us are living below our potential. We're living below our intellect. Because of maybe fear, unbelief, right? We can believe for somebody else, but we don't believe for ourselves. And so I want to just let you know that the life you want is possible. I don't know. I remember when I lived in Columbus, Georgia, there's a neighborhood called Old Town. And at that time, this was 5 years ago, they had houses that were $500,000. And I remember I would get my son, it would go early in the morning before I would drop off to daycare during the pandemic. And we would drive around Old Town and we would look at the houses. There were even times when I would go inside the house and I would just imagine myself being there. Now, as a social worker, they teach us at school, and they shouldn't teach us this, but they teach us at school, social workers, you don't make any money, blah, 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 blah. But I remember walking into the house and imagining and saying, I want to live like this. This type of house, this what I want. This feel good to me. This is where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to live like this. And I remember talking to God about it and praying to God like, God, this is how I want to live, God. And I remember praying to God and saying, God, this is how I want to live. And I remember when I initially, I think, had my first mammogram. And I was sad because I knew something was going on in my breast. I knew, that there was just something off. And I remember driving, and I remember the Lord saying, look over there. And I remember seeing a house like Old Town. And I remember saying, you know what? There's still promise on my life. I'm still going to have me a house like that. But I had to say yes to myself. I had to say, okay, right, Smithia, you got to fight this thing. You have to make the decision that every day you are going to show up. Despite having cancer, you still got to show up. You just can't lay down now. You can't hide. You can't shrink. You have to show up. You have to say yes to recording the YouTubes, yes to still working, yes to raising your son. You still have to say yes, because on the other side of that, the life you want is still possible. But you got to begin to plant the seeds today. You got to do the work today. And that's the same for you. I don't know what it is that's in front of you that makes you feel like that life is not possible. You may be homeless and watching this in a homeless shelter right now, or you may be a woman in a DV shelter watching this right now. I want you to know that the life that you want is possible for you. As long as you still have breath in your body, that life that you want is possible. The life that you imagine, the life that you envision, the life that you've written down and you said, this is how I want to live. This is the house I want. This is the car I want to drive. These are the people that I want around me. I don't know if you want to be in politics, whatever it is that it seems unattainable. I want you to know that it is possible, but you got to show up. And you have to keep believing. Like I said in another video, you got to hold on to your hope. You have to hold on to your faith, and you got to work that thing. You got to work your faith. You got to work what you believe. Even when it doesn't seem like nothing is happening. I forget what planet it is, but it talks about how it looks like when you plant it, it looks like nothing is happening. And the reason why it looks like that is because it grows down first. It roots and are established. The foundation is established before you see anything up top. And for some of us, we get discouraged during the root season. When we're working to establish a foundation, and we're working to establish a rhythm, or we're working to establish our what's that word? Oh man, I can't find it, y'all. I'm sorry, right? We get discouraged when really we should be excited about when we are establishing the roots of a thing. Because if the foundation is solid, guess what? It's going to take off. So I want you to go back and I want you to look at, right, what you want your life to look like. And then I want you to begin to believe again that it's available to you and it's possible. Right? The Bible says God is no respecter of person. So if somebody got it, that means you can get it too. There's a whole lot of people living in Old Town. God don't love them no more than he loves me. God doesn't want them to have that any more than he wants me to have it. Right? I told God I want me a pink Porsche. After I'm done with this chemo. Pink, breast cancer, pink Porsche, pink. There's other people who drive Porsches. God don't want them to have a Porsche more than he want me to have a Porsche. If they got it, I can get it. Because it's possible. The life I want is possible. There's people talking on stages, going here and filling out stadiums. That's available to me too. That's available. I can go on tour and have and the Heal the New Sexy Conference and have hundreds of thousands of women come in. Why? Because if somebody has it, I can have it too. You got to get back to dreaming again. And dream, and don't neuter your imagination. Hey, that's a word. Don't neuter it. Don't castrate it. Would you sit down? This is my notebook, y'all. This is my YouTube. This is when I first started dreaming about YouTube. This is my YouTube. When you get that pen, don't allow yourself to talk yourself out of all the great things that you could do. You want to travel to 95 countries? Put that on there. You may not even have a passport. I'm gonna go to these. I don't even know how I'm gonna get to these countries. But I'm gonna travel 95 countries. I'm gonna be my own National Geographic. I'm gonna build the school. I'm gonna be a socialite. I'm gonna be a philanthropist. I'm going to open a homeless shelter. Or I'm going to live in this neighborhood. I'm going to make sure that there's been shame on my name because of what my father did. But I'm going to produce legacy. Legacy is going to come out of me. Whatever life you want to live is possible. I'm going to move from the city to the suburbs, and my children aren't going to experience what I experienced. Whatever it is. The life you want is possible. The abundance you want is possible. The overflow you want is possible. The healing you want is possible. The breakthrough you want is possible. It's possible. It's possible, but you got to believe again. Got to hold on to your hope. Hold on to your faith. You may say, Smithy, I just want a grant for my nonprofit. It's possible. Or I need what are those angel investors? It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. So this is Heal the New Sexy. If this is your first video, I want you to go back and watch the rest of the encouragement series. If you haven't subscribed, why not? Okay, subscribe. Also, be sure to like and to comment and share this with somebody else. You may have just had a conversation with somebody and they were telling you all the reasons why the life that they want is not available to them. Send this to them so they can be encouraged that the life you want is available to you. And let me say this, because I didn't say this. I don't care what mistake you made. I don't care what mistake you've made in your life. The life you want is available to you. And not only that, it's going to be exceedingly, abundantly, above all you can ask or think. It's going to blow your mind and your imagination, the life that's available to you. I love you so much. This is Heal the New Sexy. My name is Cynthia.